Ranking the best tight ends in Madden 25. And boys, we are back here with another tier list update. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the tight end position. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILLA at checkout for 5% off your order. Now, right before we do go on ahead and get into the new cards right here, I want to take a look at the old tier list. Now, we are going to go ahead and take a look at Dallas Goedert first off. As you saw the old tier list right here, got to take a look at Dallas Goedert right here, and he was like the top end tight end, best tight end movies at that 95, but now down to the 88 overall. He's 86 speed, 87 acceleration with the 85 short running. He's 6'5", 256, and I'm honestly looking for tight ends that are 245 or under, so they run routes more like a receiver. Now, when they are over that 245, I find that they run the tight end corner routes a little bit worse. It's not the end of the world though. This card though does have 80 run block, extremely balanced tight end in the game. And this Dallas Goedert right here, I honestly think he's on this like A tier level. Like, he's a really balanced tight end in the game. Now, what I will say as well, first off, we'll get rid of this tier right here, but I think Kyle Pitts is still deserving of the S tier. Now, honestly, I think Kyle Pitts is the only one that's going to stay in S tier. Everyone else is going to move down a singular tier for me. And now this is what we're looking like before we get into the new cards. Now, first off right here, we're going to go over some lower overall 84s. The first one we got is Adam Trotman. This is a card that is 6'5", 253, 85 speed, 88 acceleration, has 81 short running, 80 medium, 70 deep. And this time it's a solid run blocker with 77 run block. I think Adam Trotman, looking at the tight end position as a whole, I don't think he's the worst player I've ever seen. I'm going to go ahead and slightly place him in the D tier. We also get 84 overall Tucker Kraft, who I have very similar thoughts to. He's 6'5", 259, 85 speed, 88 acceleration, has 83 short running, 80 medium, 68 deep is a weakness. This time he's not really too much of a run blocker, but again, I don't feel like he's in the F tier. I think he can slightly make the D tier by Adam Trotman. We also get 84 overall Zach Ertz, and this is a card that is 6'5", 250, 84 speed, 83 acceleration, has 80s across the board for route running, which is pretty nice. This time, of course, is not a run blocker. I think this Zach Ertz card, he is going to be someone that does join the F tier for me. We also get 84 overall Most Feared Darnell Washington. This card is 6'7", 264, so huge player model, 83 speed, 83 acceleration, 83 short running, but the medium and the deep aren't really there. But this card is a decent run blocker with 73. I feel like this right here is the reason why you would run Darnell Washington. Again, the 6'7", 264. Now, Darnell Washington for me, again, I could maybe see a world where you put him in the D tier, but I'm going to place this card F tier. I feel like his physical stats just really aren't there. Now we get Martellus Bennett right here. Now this is the field pass card, and where we have this card ranked is really dependent on the 90 versus 91, because from that 90 overall to the 91, he takes a major jump. At the 91, 89 speed, 90 acceleration, has 87 short running, 88 medium, 83 deep, and is a great run blocker in the game with 85 run block. Now this is also a card we got to talk about abilities. X factors for AP really aren't ideal in my opinion. There's certain ones that are decent, like 0 AP identifier on the quarterback, but this card base abilities, I think honorary lineman, a little bit interesting. Also doesn't get the tight end apprentice. I think Martellus Bennett though is a really good tight end in the game. I think at the 91 overall, he's on this A tier level. Maybe could even see him in the S tier as a pure run blocker, but I'm gonna go ahead and lean more him in the A tier at this 91. Now, when we say the 90 overall, we're talking about a card that is potentially like D tier. But again, once he gets to the 91, I'd put him on the A tier level. We also get 87 overall Dalton Schultz right here, and this card is 6'5", 244, 86 speed, 85 acceleration, has 85 for short running, 85 for medium, 81 deep, and this time has 76 run block. So very solid all the way across the board. I think Dalton Schultz is kind of like a do-it-all tight end, kind of like can do a little bit of everything. I think he's kind of the perfect representation of what I want the C tier to be. Again, he is very solid, okay tight end in the game. Now we get our first George Kittle of the video. I'm not covering the 83 because I felt like the 83 was just kind of not really worth covering, but the 87 is a little bit interesting. He is 6'4", 250, 87 speed is pretty solid for the tight end, 85 acceleration, has 85 for short running, 85 for medium, does have 80 deep route running, and this time also he can run block a little as well. I think he's kind of like that next step up to Dalton Schultz, and yeah, I feel like for his price, not really bad, going for like 150k. I'm gonna go ahead and place this card also in the B tier, and after that we get 87 overall Most Feared Gerald Everett. This card that is 6'3", 250, 87 speed, has 85 for short, medium, and deep route running. Love hitting that route running across the board, and also this time Gerald Everett, not really too much of a run blocker, but again, for a receiving tight end, it's not bad, man. Like, I like this card. I think Gerald Everett is another card that is deserving of the B tier, and I'm going to place him right by Kittle. I like the value of this B tier right here. And then after that, we get Mosphere Luke Musgrave. This is a card that is 86 speed, 85 acceleration. He is 6'6", 253, so big player model, tall player, 85 short route running, 81 medium, 80 deep. So just all the way across the board, again, really, really solid route running. And this time, he can even run block a little too. I feel like that's a kind of a little underrated thing for Luke Musgrave. I think he's really solid in the game. I think Gerald Everett and also George Kittle are better. I think he's another good C tier card right by Dalton Schultz. Makes a ton of sense for me. And now we get into all the potential 90 overall cards, where the first one we have is Taysom Hill right here. Now Taysom Hill is super interesting. So this is a card that is 89 speed, 90 acceleration, 6'2", 221. So has like a really great player model for a receiving tight end. Obviously his strength is not going to be run blocking, right? Like that is not his game. But as a pure receiving tight end, this is probably one of the best player models you could get. Has 89 short route running. Now the route running for medium and deep isn't crazy. Like doesn't hit the 85 threshold for either. I feel like this is the one thing that really hurts the card in my opinion. I love the speed, I love the excel, love the player model, and also this time he gets all 32 team chems, so you could pretty easily get him up to 90 speed, which is great for the tight end. Again, for me, the one weakness of the card though is going to be the route running, and for that reason I'm going to place this Taysom Hill in the A tier, and he is a top end of A tier option. Again, I like Kyle Pitts more just because of just pure route running. And now right after that, we get another really interesting card right here. We get Antonio Gates 90 overall. This is a card that is 6'4", 255, has 89 speed, 88 acceleration, 91 short running, 89 medium, 87 deep. Has perfect short route running. The medium and the deep do hit that 85 level, and this time not really too much of a run blocker. But again, got to talk about abilities, and we should have talked about this with Taysom Hill. That is my bad, but they're pretty much all getting the same abilities, like honorary lineman, matchup nightmare. Antonio Gates isn't someone that can get the tight end apprentice yet either. So yeah, all these abilities are pretty much going to be the same for every single tight end. And Antonio Gates for me, man, this is tough. Is he an S tier player? Is he on the same level as Kyle Pitts? I think he's better than everyone in A, but is he S tier? And I think him and Kyle Pitts being on the same level, also Kyle Pitts getting every single team chem. Yeah, I think I have to place Antonio Gates S tier, or I got to drop everyone down a tier. I think this might be what we have to do today. I think this will make sense in a second. So yeah, tight end is going to be a little bit strict today. And we're going to go ahead and drop everyone we have currently down a singular tier. And I really think the two cards we're about to cover are the reason why. First card we got right here is George Kittle. And George Kittle is 6'4", 250, 91 speed, 88 acceleration, has 90 short running, 90 medium, 86 deep. So has perfect short and medium route running. Like those are two thresholds, hitting 90. It's 85 deep as well, which is nice. 90 beat press. Can even do a little bit after the catch too, a little underrated thing. And he can run block. So George Kittle from a core rating standpoint is the best balanced tight end in the game. Like the best, like if you want someone that can run block and also can run routes, is fast, this is your guy. He is like the do-it-all tight end. And also this time when we talk about abilities, a little bit nasty thing, you can run the Vanguard on him. Now run protector for 0 is actually good value too, but the Vanguard for 4 is interesting if you're a runner. Everyone else on your field kind of sucks at run blocking besides him. So yeah, you could potentially run it though, don't hate it. Also as well, abilities, honorary lineman for 2, gets the slot apprentice, gets the runoff leg. You can run a bunch of different things on George Kittle, but I think he is definitely someone that is deserving of this S tier, man, and he can be debated the best tight end in the game, I think. Now the last tight end we got today is Evan Ingram, and Evan Ingram is 6'3", 240, has that ideal player model for me for a receiving tight end. 90 speed, 91 acceleration, 90 short running, 87 medium, 88 deep. So even though, by the way, he's 1 speed less than Kittle, he has a better player model for receiving than Kittle. Like again, Kittle is the best do-it-all tight end in the game. I think Evan Ingram is the best pure receiving tight end, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. And Evan Ingram as well, 88 juke move, his strength, not run blocking, right? Like you're not going to pick up Evan Ingram to be a run blocker for you. And this time right here for his abilities, again, doesn't get like anything crazy for 0 AP or anything, but abilities on the card, again, pretty standard stuff. Nothing really too worth it right now, but Evan Ingram, someone that I think easily also in the S tier, and I think you can debate him or Kittle best tight end in the game. And now we did end up getting another tight end card right here. We ended up getting 90 overall Mark Andrews. Now Mark Andrews is 6'5", 247, has 88 speed, 90 90 acceleration, has 90 short running, 90 medium, 85 deep, and he's also a really solid run blocker as well. I think Mark Andrews, by the way, I want to do something like this. Move Martellus Bennett up into A, and I will go ahead and put Mark Andrews on this B tier level because I kind of feel like Martellus Bennett just does what Mark Andrews does, just better, and he's like an all-out run blocker. And again, that is when is at that 91 overall. So yeah, boys, this has been my updated thoughts on the tight end position in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Who do you think should go up? Who do you think should come down? If you guys did enjoy this video though, you enjoy content like this, want to stay up to date with everything that's the best here in Madden 25, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, if you guys do want to go ahead and see me use some of these cards live on stream, I've been streaming here on both YouTube and Twitch to watch on the YouTube. Make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you guys want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.